Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black with the Strat Time Report, and there's a discernible sequence you want to understand when you're trading this type of market. So let me take a look and show you what I mean. So if you look at the SPY monthly, right, on the 6th, look at this, perfect doji doing nothing, all right? And I've talked about this in my videos where we're just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with no discernible direction as yet to start off the month. We're still watching that low to see if we go outside month and down, but for right now, we go two down, but then get stuck in here. So there's something you want to understand, what you want to be looking for and why you want to be looking for it. What we want to be doing is trading against people in losing positions, right? So how can we do that? Okay, so if you go here on the opening, you'll notice here we opened and rallied back in the opening first 15 minutes. Right here, when this is going on, you want to go after anybody taking out yesterday's highs. Why? If anybody's short, they got what they wanted. The market sells off on the opening, right? So if you're short something, you got what you wanted. The market's down, but your stock's going up. And as soon as this starts to recover, we're going to send that stock up your keister, boy. And I'll show you a couple of real good ones like AFRM. Then, the next 15 minutes, here, as we started to sell off, now you want to go after anybody taking out the morning lows. Why? Those guys who bought got what they wanted. The market rallied back, but their stock is taking out the lows. Boom, down she goes, stop them out. Then, as we recover and go 2-2 back up off the 15 here, back to the guys taking out the morning highs. All right? Anybody shorted during the day, they got what they wanted. The market tanked. But as soon as it starts to recover, yeah, we're going to take all those guys out too. And so then what happens in here, we still some more back and forth in here. You can see on the 15 minute. Then you get stuck in here as all the people who don't know what I just explained to you are now licking their wounds, right? Getting killed, right? So right now we're stuck back in the middle of the day's range. That's a problem. So we're going to continue to want to be looking for things taking out yesterday's highs and yesterday's lows as the market goes back and forth. If we go to QQQ here, you can see here on the opening 60, real nice. If you go to the 15er, you can see this. Same deal. Anybody taking out the highs, anybody taking out the morning lows, anybody taking out the morning highs. And then you get the chop shop of all the people who don't understand what I just explained to you. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, there you go, rally back, repuke, same type of deal. And RevStrat day, but you can see still just stuck in here. These ranges are just awful. Look at this month. Right? So we have not discernibly picked a direction in any of these averages. So that means you got to be nimble and you're going back and forth. If you go to AFRM, oh yeah, baby, taking out the morning high. Boom, right? Taking out the inside day to the upside. Pivot machine gun through all these guys, right? And even if you hesitated, what's this? Two up by taking out the highs, two down, boom, you're in it. Off she goes, and that's down here at 115.07, trading 126.45 on the pullback still. And if you got it down into here, you don't necessarily have to sell on this, right? Because you're going to have a tough time turning this day red, right? That's probably not happening. So when you have this corrective activity, an outside 15er, right? That tells you can look for another setup to get maybe pick yourself up a little bit more if it goes 3, 2, 2 back up, AFRM. If we go to TTWO, now we knew about this one yesterday because it was a 312, right? And that was in the nightly video. AFRM was in the video last night too, by the way. But here, still, you get a little bit more follow through. Like I said, anytime you can start taking out yesterday's highs. And if you see the monthly here now, here, that's a 2 down, 2 up for the month over 163.69. You're there right now, right? So we want to see on that weekly. Remember last week we got that 2-2 reversal, 2 down, 2 up. Now it follows through as these three become an outside bar of all this. Question is, can you climb this mountain here? Well, you do have that monthly thing here. So anybody who got short last month is underwater over 163.69. We'll see if that sets up again for us. Right now it's still sideways market licking their wounds from getting chapped up in the morning. We also got Bitcoin on the run, so that tells us to look at Mara. Talked about this. Here's your broadening formation, now trying to get out of it, right? Keep coming, right? Because you took the weekly down and then a 2 up. did its job, come through the broadening formation. Now the question, can it climb up all this stuff and not be an inside month? Well, with Bitcoin up, keep an eye on the Bitcoin with all them. Coinbase, also taking out last week's high, still an inside month. And a little choppy in here in the 15er, so we'll see if that sets up again with the rest of the gang, because I think Riot Blockchain's doing nothing. Yeah, Riot Blockchain not participating. How's SI doing? SI, nope, looks like it's Mara. If we go to Jazz Farm, boom. They got what they wanted, the market gap down, and this thing goes 2-2 reversal. Right here, 2 down, 2 up on the day, and boom, coming back through the previous range. And you'll see the lower low, and you'll see the higher high. There you go. There's something to keep a nice eye on, because it was an inside weak to the downside, but now coming back for potential 1-bar rev strat outside weaker. Right? And if that works, you might have an outside month. So far, staying strong is Jazz Farm. If we go to Ice Baby. And ICE, after yesterday, coming up, nice day, taking out the weekly highs, going for an outside monther here, and it's drifting into the highs. Here it was inside 30 for you, above yesterday's highs. If you go to, we get a little news, I think, in Marvell. In Marvell, one of those semis that had a broadening formation, tried to break it, but then reversed yesterday on a 2-2 up, although it backed off. But then today we got some news, and boom, off she went. It was a little fast, but you can see here on the 30-minute, 2 up by taking out the previous high. 2 down, boom, the 2-2 continuation. That's back into an inside month. Looking for an outside week on that if these things firm up. Market continue backing off just a little bit, so we'll see how that goes with the overall market. If you go to UPST, and UPST, an outside day, so did its job there. Still stuck on the month, but we know this thing can move around enough, like so here. And you can see this nice 30. How's the 60? 60 reversal here. Gaps down, but then here's a 2-2 reversal on the 60. And boom, if that works, you're going to take that outside day. All right? You got it. We'll see if that sets up again for us. If we go to ENPH. Outside day, 1-bar rev strat. Inside day, boom, outside day. So nice long green bars here. We'll see if that sets up again to give us the outside week. Had a mighty run here, but you can see here now these 3 bars became an outside bar of all this. That's your outside day. And this is your chop inside day stuff, right? So we'll see if that sets up backing off the 60. If we go to ASAN. And that's backing off a little bit too. Right now, 2-2 reversal 60. We'll see if that sets up and just having a nice morning here, but now backing off. If you go to Roku, and Roku looking for potential outside week. And here you can see how this thing exploded, right? When the market started to recover, boom, inside day to the upside Roku, 2-1-2 up, and that takes this out. 307.97, trading 316. Not a bad little trade, right? And now just backing off a little bit on the new 60. If we go to NET, N-E-T, talked about this one yesterday. Still going, still going. And you can see when it took out yesterday's highs, boom, gone. Here, above 125.62, trade 130.180, not a bad one. What that did was it gave you that 2-2 reversal week here over 128.60. I talked about that yesterday. And there you go, net. If you go to Etsy, and Etsy had that reversal yesterday, still trying to follow through a little bit. We'll see. Now it's backing off here a little bit on the 60, so we'll see. On the downside, well, it's Wednesday, and crude, 2-2 reversal on the day. Here, 2 up, 2 down on the number, and fading here. And so that's bringing in the XLE a little bit. Not the end of the world, but you do have your 2-2 reversal on these things. Now, set up a rev strat 60 at the downside. Inside, pokes up. We'll see if that's to come in. Market just meandering. Like I said, a lot of people got beat up, so they're probably on the sidelines for a little bit until they can wire some more money into their accounts. If we take a look at Whirlpool, And Whirlpool, oh yeah, baby. That was one of them taking out the morning lows. Boom. See ya. Let's go to the 30. Yeah. Here's your 30 minute. Let's go to the 15 again, maybe one more time. That opening, right? All right. Here's the opening. And then as soon as that second 15er started going, back down, boom. See ya. And then you got your inside 15er here. Taking out 3-2 weaker to the downside and taking out last week's lows, and keep an eye on that. The market starts to fail. If you go to IBM 212 reversal day. Now we had the RevStrat month, but it hit magnitude already. It hit these guys. The hopes is you go up and take these guys out, but then it's got to keep going. That's not what happened. We got a inside day 212 reversal down in IBM. All right, and that would tell you when you were watching the diamonds. You can go to IBM. There you go. There's your diamonds puking right here, and your IBM. Yeah, boy. Puke. Down she goes. If you go to EA, and EA, we like that one off the 2-2 reversal last week, but then you get an inside day, right? It hit magnitude. These became an outside bar of these. Then it went inside, and then what happened? Oh, baby. The market rallies back in the first 15 minutes, but as soon as that market starts to fail, boom, down she goes. That was a real nice one. That was right here below 139.22. Now trading 134.54. Still having a little bit of problems here as EA today. In the retail, we got Ross Stores. After yesterday's RevStrat, 1, 2, boom, still going, taking out last month's lows, outside week to the downside, now stalling out with market. We'll see if that sets up again for us with maybe a little TJ Maxx. Well, let's go to those 15ers. I want to see what that look like here in the 15. Oh yeah, right here, right here. It's like on that second 15. Boom, you take out those morning lows, you're done. Toast right there. TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx, after yesterday's inside day and down, still going, taking out last month's lows, 3-2, outside week to the downside, and still coming in. So if we go to Moderna, not totally getting killed, but it is 2 up, 2 down reversal, and you know this thing can move around a bit, so we'll keep an eye on that. And just went 1 bar RevStrat 60, 1, 3. And that tells us we're going to look at, and it's still an inside month to the downside. If we go to Moderna, I mean, you could go to BNTX. BNTX, still 2 hours stuck in here, but RevStrat day here, still stuck in a pretty tight range, but that was an inside day, pokes up, can't get out of the mother bar. Now we're looking to take out 2 days ago's lows. Market's starting to rally back just a tad. If we go to MU, AFRM to the highs. Yeah, boy, in the face. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Whoo, boy. The old 3-3. So it's a little fast. I'm hoping to wait on that one, but ooh, there you go. There's your 2-2 reversal off the fiver. 2 down, 2 up. Boom. Not a bad little 10 minutes. 126.73 to 130. There you go. If you go to MU, and MU, not totally falling apart here just yet, but we want to keep an eye on this just because it's starting to go inside month to the downside and the 3-2 week to the downside. So you can watch that with the Qs and the SMH, obviously. If we go to DNA, puke. And this thing on the daily, not quite an inside day, but a 2 up, 2 down, 2-2 reversal on the week. 2 up, 2 down reversal month, and just got lumped. Now it's just kind of stuck down there. We'll see. If we go to HOV, this can be a little thin, but nice little smackdown here as well. So that 15er, oh boy. I just didn't have a chance, right? Market's rallying back, and this thing's tanking, and boom, right down into there when they took out that. If you go to Amgen, not totally getting killed, but not rallying either. Ever since that shooter counters hammer month, still puking. All right, taking out last month's lows. You got an inside day to the downside, still working. We'll see if anything more comes of that. If we go to just a couple more, CRI, remember not to call my company cry. Boom, inside 15 or 2-1-2 continuation. Boom, right on all time frames. That's a 2-2 reversal weaker going in towards the lows. And one more, Repligen. And this is a good example of country and western on a longer term basis. Remember, we talked about this inside month, right? Not bad. And she goes all the way up here. Now you got a shooter. Boom, 2-2 reversal month. You take all them profits from the long side, get on the short side below here. 278.63. So understanding the sequence of what and when you want to go after, especially in this market that has not picked a direction, is very important, right? It's very important. I can't stress that enough. And you'll hear me say this all the time. Every hour is like a new day to us. Well, when things are really moving around, every 15 minutes is like a new day to us. All right, well, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black Strat Time Report.